Let's look into other Greek mythology related words that are used in the English language. First and foremost, Iris is the god of rainbow, the goddess of rainbow, from which we get iridescent, which means very colorful. Iridescent means colorful. Then mentor. Mentor is someone you see as your guru. Okay, that's a mentor, someone who shapes your life. Lathe. Lathe is the river of forgetfulness in the underworld according to Greek mythology, from which you get the word lethargic. Lethargic means sluggish and drowsy. That's about lethargic. Next, phoenix. Now, phoenix is a mythical bird that lives for 500 or 1000 years, and once it's finished that era, that life, it burns and is reduced into ashes. And from those ashes, a new phoenix bird is born, and that will live for 500 or 1000 years. Okay, so phoenix is such a mythical bird. If you use it in any general context, it means rebirth. Okay, now let's look into some English words that are borrowed from Spanish. Adios. Adios is goodbye in Spanish. This is also used in the English language. It means goodbye. Aficionado. This is an enthusiast. Some might confuse this with connoisseur. Connoisseur is an expert, while an aficionado is an enthusiast. He or she is very interested in a subject. That makes these people aficionados. Okay. Another word that means the same is zealot. A zealot, again, is an enthusiast. For example, Vinay is an automobile aficionado. He knows about automobiles. More than that, he is interested in automobiles. Fiesta. Fiesta means a party. Macho means very, noticeably masculine, very overtly masculine. Now, being macho can also be very brave. Let's look into these words. Now, what do these words have in common? P-A-N, pan. Pan is the root word for all-encompassing. Let's look into epidemic and endemic and then come back to pandemic. An epidemic is a highly infectious disease that is spreading very quickly. The SARS virus, okay, or the swine flu, they were epidemics. And after some time, when they cross geographic barriers and affect a lot of people in several countries, the WHO declares these diseases as pandemics. Okay, an epidemic is a highly infectious disease that spreads quickly. Endemic, a disease that is contained in a certain area. Okay, so epidemic and endemic are opposites to each other. Now, an epidemic, it reaches pandemic levels when it's there throughout the world. For example, the swine flu, right? Next is panorama. A panorama is a 360-degree view of whatever is around. Now, panegyric speech is something that is highly laudatory. Laudatory is appreciative. Okay. It is something that is fit for all. Okay. Which means that it offends nobody and hence the speech is fit for everyone. Panacea. Panacea is a miracle cure that remedies any disease. the next set of words that we look into are called portmanteau words. These words are obtained by juxtaposing, joining two existing words and coming up with a new word. A classic example of this is brunch. Let's say you wake up at 11 a.m., which is really late. So you've missed breakfast, but obviously you're going to be super hungry. So you have an early lunch, but a late breakfast. That is called brunch. Breakfast plus lunch, that's brunch. Spanglish. A mixture of Spanish and English is Spanglish. Now look at this. The word confound is obtained by juxtaposing dumbfound and confuse. Confound. Confuse, dumbfound, you get confound. Then there is fantabulous. Obviously you get it from juxtaposing fantastic and fabulous. That's fantabulous.